we have our template all taped together, all of these different pieces, and it taped together, and then we cut out, with the X-Acto knife, we cut out a little path. And now we're going to transfer that onto the table runner that we have ironed the fusible fleece onto the back of. So we want to make sure that this doesn't slip, because if it does, you're just going to have issues with getting it lined up exactly again. One of the things that we did was we took the very center of this table runner here. I took the table runner itself, I folded it in half lengthwise, I folded it in half widthwise, and I ended up with a little crease in the dot, and so that is in the center of this template that we have. So now that I have all of that done, I'm going to just kind of pin it so it isn't going to move on me. When you're drawing in a couple minutes, I want to make sure that you're being careful of all these pins, because I also don't want to be poking myself. But I want to make sure I want to have enough, it's sturdy enough, secured enough so that it's not going to move on me. So I'm doing quite a bit of pinning. And I think that's good. Now for marking, you can mark with just about anything, including a ballpoint pen if you wanted to. I really like these Soline fabric markers. And one of the things I like most about them is how the pointy, what a small line you can actually make with it. So I'm going to start, and it doesn't make any difference where you start, because a Celtic knot is going to bring you back to wherever it is that you started. And I'm just going to draw along the middle of the cutout. And it's okay that we have it, a little bit of a stencil thing going on where you're going to have a space. That's going to tell us, that's a really good thing, because what that's going to tell us is which part goes under and which part goes over. In a Celtic knot, it's always, you're always alternating. This is under, this is over, this is under, this is over. So that's really important part of Celtic design. And this stencil part here lets you do that. So we're going to keep going. Now we're going to do this particular design that I have is in 2 different colors. And anytime I can play with more colors, I grab that opportunity. So what I did was I actually pulled out 2 different, you want to make sure you get all of that in every single path. We draw a line. When we pull this up, we don't want to end up with parts of lines. But what I did is I took, so I've been doing this with a pink line the whole time, and now I have a green line that I'm going to be doing the second piece with, the second knot, because it's a knot in a knot. You don't have to do that. Like I said, one of the fundamentals of Celtic design is you can end up in the knot back where you started. So as long as we're following that, we're going to end up okay. But I always like adding extra colors anyway, and they're not going to make any difference. The bias tape is going to go on top of this. So let's just make sure that we have the lines all drawn. And I'm going to just pick up this half to show you. If you're doing it on a darker background, make sure that you have the lighter colors. You want to be able to see this. It's going to be really important when we're following it, laying down the bias tape. But you can see, hopefully, you can see my design, both the pink design and the green design. Like I said, and we've missed something right here, so this will be good. It shows me that I missed a whole part. Like I said, it will, where there's the break, that's the fabric that's going to go under, as opposed to where it's solid, that's the fabric that's going to go over. I missed this whole circle, this whole curve. There we go. So now we have that curve there. And so we're going to do this on the whole length of the table runner. Make sure that we draw all of the knots in and out. And once we finish that, then we'll get to actually making the bias tape, because it's going to be made out of, you can buy bias tape at the store. I have some shamrock fabric that's got gold glitter in it, so this is going to be a little sparkly and it'll be fun. So I'm pretty sure, I think that I've drawn in all of the lines, and like on the other side, what I'm going to do now is just pick up part of it, because I want to be able to lay it back down if I missed some. So I'm just going to pick up a third, and I'm going to follow the line around. So I'm going to start here with the green one, going around. Yep, all of that is continuous. How about here? There we go. All of that is drawn. And the last very little part in the middle, here we go. And I think that I'm going to just there we go. So I've got both of my colors, and like I said, you don't have to have different colors. I just play with colors because I like to play with colors. So I've got all of that done. I know where it's going to be continuous because it's straight. It's continuous, and that'll be an over part. This part that's broken up will be the under part. So this goes under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and it continues that way through the entire tabletop. At this point, we're ready to start making the bias tape and attaching it to the table runner.